Hi everyone. So today I wanted to practice a question on product design. So actually this question was I found this question in a job application that I was filling in, or Google form that I was filling in. So this was a very interesting question. So let me I just wanted to yes. So the question was that let's take a blank canvas. Yes. So the question was design a lunch box for aliens. So I hope it is visible. Yes. So the question was design a lunchbox for aliens. So we had to following the same framework that we have been following of clarifying the initial set of questions that we might have. So when we say there are two things, two factors. First one is the lunchbox, and second one is the aliens. So we need to uh, find out more information about both these aspects of things. So let us first begin with the aliens section. So I'm assuming when we say aliens, these are interplanetary species excluding Earth. Uh, Anyone outside uh, of the Earth planet, we are assuming them aliens. But for the sake of this conversation, let's take one planet and focus on that. So suppose I'm taking species Mars, species of Mars as aliens. Okay. Now it does not have a, let's define the environment in which they exist so that we have more clarity. So it does not have gravity, and if we were to describe a physical formation or how do they look like, shape and size of aliens, we are not aware. That's abstract, we are not aware, there is no reference to design that, but we'll come to that. But first let's design think about their environment. It does not have a gravity, uh, anything similar of what life exists on Earth, except some similarity around the chemical nature of few elements on Earth. Now, why I'm taking this assumption is that in the recent news that I found, that in the Mars there are marks or research being done that there may be water over there, presence of water over there in certain parts. So I am assuming there is nothing what is what life exists on the earth. So the environment that we are considering, it is unlike what we have on Earth. So also now moving on to the alien part. How do the aliens? So we do not know the physical shape and size of the species. But for the sake of this discussion that we are doing, let's assume that the basic functional network exists similar to humans for the survival on the planet. Now, how do they conduct those basic functional requirements like breathing or maybe interaction with other interaction with their fellow species? And another basic would be sustenance. By sustenance, we mean that the intake of food or nutrients and that survival of their basic body part. And now let us come to a relatable point. Since we had to design, now focus on this. Let's start focusing on this lunchbox. So by lunchbox, I'm assuming that this is a device which this device, a a physical device which stores food for a fixed duration. And the goal of this device, the purpose of device is storing food for fixed duration. But purpose from an angle of user who is using it is, since this is a portable object, easy to transport and store food items. So this is one purpose of this. So if we were to relate that how this aligns with the purpose of this tool or for object lunchbox, and for the user here we are, for the user which for whom we are building this, um, designing this device or the object. So how do the user sustain themselves, how do they eat or sustain themselves? Do they intake solid or liquid food? Because that will make the design of our lunchbox little different depending on what kind of food they intake. So let us assume that they intake only liquid food. And what is the duration? Duration is fixed for a month. This is just a random. I am assuming that they intake liquid food and they take a single diet or a fixed diet for a month. So they have their required food intake for 1 month duration. Now again, this month time part that we are assuming, This is earth centric or depending on the earth, but for now let's assume that I'm taking this for the earth. What we think about uh, time part on the earth, because time on their planet would be different how we measure, but for now I'm taking this to be how we measure similar to earth. Now anything else that I can, you know, lay around liquid? No. Yes, that part is clear. They take, yes, they take solid or liquid food. And the, yes, the quantity part. What is the quantity? And third would be how long this needs to be stored. That would also depend on the decide the design of the lunchbox. So these are some of the criterias I can think about. What was the, okay, moving on. So these are some of the clarifying questions that we ask. And once we have the clarity, we move on to the solution part, because we have described or we have thought about this aliens who is going to use our product, and our product we have tried to find out more information about the product itself. So this is the product that you have to design, and this is the user. So we dig deep into how this user thinks. Now we are yet to define the user journey or the exact pain point they are facing, but we have tried to find out more about the user here. That how do they look like, how do they exist, how do they interact, that part of a thing. But exact pain point for using this particular product, we are yet to do that. We will do this. We will do that. And the second part we did was that I'm just rewinding what we have already done until now. And second part we did that we have done is uh, thought about the product itself, because we are thinking about a different uh, planet itself. So how does this product will look like in that part of a planet, depending on the purpose we use here at earth. So let us do first a user journey, because that will give us a pain point. So if I think about the user journey, so in some of the parts, aliens, let's say user is, I'm assuming that the user here, alien, they are on a month-long expedition work for intergalactic summit or something related to intergalactic design or working or meeting, something related to that. And they need they need a physical device that is strong enough to sustain the local environment during intergalactic travel. This will be used on a frequent basis. And since anything else that I can think about their journey. Yes, the storage part, where it will be stored. It will be, of course, stored in a transportation device in a temperature suitable for uh, storage at a particular temperature for maintenance of the quality food. So currently they do not have, I am assuming, currently they do not have any permanent solution regarding this. They depend on the kindness of other planet species and their luck to find something which suits their need. Also, the current storage devices they use are not able to maintain the long term travel journey they need to take. Maintain the quality. Maintain the quality. So in our solution, this I have identified few pain points or assume them since I do not have any way to exactly find out or do research about that. So I'm just assuming it, and this I will confirm with the interview itself. So in the solution aspect, we can build something, any device, or choose a metal for the building of the lunch box that can be fitted in the transportation device itself. So they do not have to. So they do not have to worry about pickup and storage part. So you would have to um, work with the vehicle manufacturing or build this transportation device. So that would be my solution, working with the uh, vehicle manufacturers, working with the vehicle manufacturers and getting this product inbuilt into the transportation device itself. So because that would be the best use case, uh, best possible solution that will, I think, inherently solve most of the pain points that user is facing. So this will be all. I will just rewind what we have all discussed We try to uh, define the product here, the user who is going to use it, and try to find out their user journey, their pain point. Then we try to build a solution. Think about the solution. A similar framework that we have been following previously. So let's hope we can find some more interesting solve problems in the next videos. That's all. If anyone has any comment or feedback, more than happy to listen to. That's all. Thank you.